Have you ever had a moment where you narrowly avoided an accident or felt an unexplainable sense of safety in a dangerous situation? You might have shrugged it off as luck, but what if I told you that it wasn't chance at all? What if there were invisible protectors watching over you, safeguarding you from harm? Angels are not just distant figures from ancient stories. They are real, active, and personally involved in your life right now. In this article, we'll explore the mysterious yet powerful role of angels as guardians in your spiritual journey. You'll discover how they shield you from both visible and invisible dangers, and how their protection is a gift from God that's closer than you think. The belief in angels as protectors isn't just a comforting idea for when life feels overwhelming. It's a promise that has been given to us by God Himself. One of the most direct scriptures about angelic guardianship comes from Psalm 91, verse 11, which says, "For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Notice the certainty of this verse. God doesn't suggest or hope that angels will watch over you. He commands it. Imagine this. God, in His omnipotence, dispatches heavenly beings with one singular mission: to protect you. These angels are not merely passive observers. They are actively guarding you, engaging in battles you might never see yet feel the effects of in your everyday life. Have you ever wondered why a sudden car swerve or a delayed flight prevented you from a dangerous situation? The Bible assures us that it's not coincidence, it's divine protection. In fact, angelic guardianship is woven throughout Scripture. In Exodus 23:20, God promises the Israelites, "Behold, I send an angel before you to guard you on the way and to bring you to the place that I have prepared." This shows us that angels aren't just about protection. They also guide us toward God's plan for our lives. Whether through physical safety or spiritual direction, these heavenly beings are actively participating in our journey. The stories of angelic intervention aren't confined to the pages of Scripture. They are happening today, in real life, to ordinary people. Consider the harrowing story of a missionary working in a region known for its hostility toward Christians. One night, he and his team were surrounded by armed attackers, poised to strike. With no means of escape, the team gathered to pray for divine protection. The attackers approached, but suddenly stopped in their tracks. When questioned later, the attackers revealed they had seen massive armored warriors surrounding the camp, though no such soldiers were physically present. These unseen warriors, believed to be angels, stood guard, protecting the missionaries in their most vulnerable moment. Stories like this aren't just folklore. They're powerful testimonies that remind us of the ever-present reality of angelic intervention. People all over the world recount stories of mysterious rescues, sudden bursts of strength, and voices that seem to guide them away from danger, often with no natural explanation. Another modern account comes from a woman who was trapped in a severe car accident. She describes being pinned in the wreckage, with no hope of getting free as flames began to spread. In her moment of desperation, she cried out to God. Suddenly, a man appeared at her window, calmly telling her, "You'll be fine," before miraculously pulling her from the vehicle. When she turned to thank him, he had vanished. No one else on the scene had seen him. Was it an angel? She firmly believes it was. These experiences remind us that angels aren't distant figures. They're involved in our lives, sometimes even stepping into the physical world to protect us. What about these guardian angels? Now, do we each have one? One of the most common questions people have about angels is, do we each have a personal guardian angel? While the Bible doesn't explicitly state that each person has a singular guardian angel assigned to them, there are verses that suggest a personal protective relationship between individuals and angels. In Matthew 18:10, Jesus refers to children's angels in heaven, implying that specific angels are watching over these individuals. This strongly suggests that God provides each person with divine protection on a personal level. Some theologians believe that throughout your life, different angels may be assigned to you depending on your needs. Whether it's one guardian angel or many, you can rest assured that God's protection through angels is specific to you. When life spirals out of control and you feel overwhelmed by danger or circumstances, that's often when angels step in most powerfully. Consider the story of Peter in Acts 12, verses 5 through 11. Peter was imprisoned and facing execution. In the dead of night, while Peter was chained between two guards, an angel appeared in his cell. The angel woke Peter, broke his chains, and led him out of prison, walking him past the guards and through the iron gate that mysteriously opened by itself. Peter was so stunned by the experience that he thought he was dreaming, until he found himself standing free in the city. This miraculous escape wasn't just a story of deliverance. It's a testimony to how angels work in our lives, especially when all human solutions seem exhausted. Angels often intervene in moments of crisis, not only saving lives but altering the course of destiny. And it's not just physical danger. Angels also intervene in emotional and spiritual crises. If you've ever found yourself in a place of despair, where it felt like no way out, the peace you suddenly felt might have been the result of angelic intervention. They are messengers of God's grace, sent to provide strength when you feel weakest. We know angels protect us spiritually, and while physical protection is incredible, angels are even more involved in protecting you spiritually. Many times, the most dangerous attacks aren't physical, they are spiritual. In 2 Kings 6, verses 15 through 17, the prophet Elisha and his servant were surrounded by a powerful enemy army. The servant was terrified, but Elisha calmly prayed, "Lord, open his eyes that he may see." God opened the servant's eyes, and suddenly, he saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire, God's angelic army surrounding them. This wasn't just physical protection. It was a reminder that God's forces were far greater than any enemy. Just like Elisha's servant, we often feel overwhelmed by the enemy, especially in spiritual warfare. Temptations, doubts, and struggles can sometimes seem insurmountable, but God's angels are already in place, protecting you in ways you may not even realize. They battle against demonic forces that seek to disrupt your relationship with God, guarding your faith and guiding you back to the right path when you stray. Can you do anything to invite angelic protection? While God's angels are always at work, your faith and prayers can make a tremendous difference. In Psalm 34, verse 7, it says, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them." This fear refers to reverence, trust, and obedience. When you live a life grounded in faith and trust in God, you create an atmosphere where angelic protection can thrive. But even more than that, your prayers are powerful tools that activate angelic intervention. In the story of Peter's miraculous prison escape, the church was fervently praying for him, and those prayers led to angelic action. Just as the prayers of others released Peter, your prayers can open doors for angels to move in your life and the lives of those you love. The role of angels doesn't end at death or when your life on earth is over. Their protection continues into eternity. The Bible gives us a glimpse of their involvement in the final protection of believers during the end times. Matthew 24:31 tells us that angels will gather the elect from the four corners of the earth at the sound of the trumpet, ensuring their safety and bringing them into God's eternal presence. This ultimate act of protection serves as a powerful reminder that angels aren't just here for temporary safety. They are part of God's eternal plan. Their final mission is to ensure that you are brought safely into His kingdom when the time comes. Angels aren't just distant figures in stained glass windows. They are real, active, and intensely involved in your life. Whether you're aware of it or not, they are constantly guarding you from harm, both physically and spiritually. And here's the best part. Their protection is always available to you. All you have to do is trust in God's plan and pray with faith. The angels are ready, are you? Want to learn more about how angels protect you? This is just one chapter in our ongoing series, exploring the mysteries of God's angelic forces. Subscribe now to ensure you don't miss the next episode, where we dive into the incredible ways angels provide divine guidance and lead believers on the right path. You won't want to miss it.